Hey everyone, this is Grant Drawve, the Vice President of Research and Innovation at Cap Index. I want to turn our attention to a little show and tell of our crime incident location dashboard that you see in front of you now. The research team has collected data from 14 cities in the US. This is a subsample of data that's available online by a lot of big city agencies. The one reason why we select these is because they provide a bit more location information on where crime occurs. With that, if we were to select this filter, you can see that we've coded the data to match what's very similar to NIBR's data to the FBI, but location categories of specific places where the crime occurs, so different categories. As I scroll through, you can see some of these be convenience stores, grocery stores, your home residence, liquor stores, hotel, motel. And you might think, well, why is this important? We get questioned quite a bit of, can you tell or speak to trends around certain locations? So what's crime look like at hotels? If we were to rely on the FBI NIBR's data, that has a lag in it of about a year to 2 years. So we're very reliant on more up-to-date data. This is where we pull data from cities and look at it that way. Yes, it's a subset, but we're looking at a trend more towards big cities here. Now, if we look at the dashboard as a whole, let's walk through some of what it's showing. Across the top, we see the change from 22 to 23. Here at the bottom, we see the change from Q1 2023 to Q1 2024. This is all crime. There's no filters selected, so both person and property crimes. Across the middle, we see it broken down by month of the year and year itself. So we have 22, 23, and 24. Again, this is only through Q1 of 2024. We'll update this on the quarterly, but you can see here that there are different trends showing based on even month of the year. We see our summer months are heightened periods for criminal activity, and this is generally what's expected with routine activities theory. If we come up to day of the week, similar temporal patterns based on the day of the week, you see more frequency based on that, and very similar across the bottom when we have hour of the day. Different temporal trends based on crime occurrence. And we can filter this based on crime types, also the agency, but today we're going to primarily focus on the location itself. What I really enjoy about this is mostly the numbers and the temporal characteristics of crime occurrence. We also have a map part that is already focused on Rochester, New York, one of the cities, that shows the actual incidents and points of those crimes itself. So for here, we're zooming into Rochester, New York. And Sarah was interested in crime that only occurred at grocery stores, supermarkets. Keep in mind, this is coded by the police department. We're better matching that in some cities to reflect NIBR's categories themselves. So as I scroll down, I can select grocery supermarket, and you see a subset of crime. This is filtering the data to where it's only those displaying. Now, if I hop back over to the dashboard side, the numbers we see here are updated based on that change over there. So you can see that location is still set to grocery supermarket. The numbers have now been updated to where we can see person crimes in 22 to 23 decreased. From 22 to 23, property crime increased about 7%. Overall, just under a 5% net gain in crime, specifically at grocery stores in 2023 compared to 2022. If we come down to the more recent numbers, we see both property and persons crimes have increased. With that, overall, about a 5% increase in Q1 2024 compared to Q1 2023. And this is supported when we look across here by month of the year. January, February, we see similar numbers in terms of 2024, but if we look at 22, 23, 24, we see that January, a slight decrease in terms of the occurrence, but then if we go to February and March, we do see increases in the amount of crimes occurring at grocery stores for those specific months. Not surprisingly, since we're focusing on grocery stores here, we see temporal trends. We see day of the week does matter. Again, pay attention to the y-axis. This goes from 5.3 to 5.7, so not a ton of change, about 400 incidents as a whole. But you do see time of day and day of week does matter. This is showcasing day of week. At the bottom, we see time of day. So depending on the hour of the day, there's going to be more reported crimes at grocery stores. That makes sense, though, if you think about operating hours and when they're open, but also when people are likely to shop and be at grocery stores. Late night, they're not going to be as frequenting, not as many going to be open, less patrons going to those, less clients going to buy stuff there and purchase along the way. As more open, more people are out and about doing their general routine activities and actually going to grocery stores to shop. That's when we see an uptick in those crimes themselves. So not shocking to see that here in terms of following a temporal pattern to that. To show another slice of the data, let's go through and select a specific crime type. We can come down here, we have different crime type selections. So say I was interested in larceny and theft. I'd choose this one because this also reflects more of our broader shoplifting category. This will zero out the person crimes in both areas because larceny theft is a property crime. Here we can see the change from 22 to 23, about 9% increase. If we come down here then to Q1 2024 compared to Q1 2023, here we have about a 7% increase. Again, you can see by month, day of week, and hour of the day, a nice temporal diagram of what's going on with crime at specific locations, but also crime types. If there are any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Grant Drawve at Cap Index. Please don't forget to hit subscribe to the Cap Index YouTube channel. Catch you on the flip side.